Yeah, I know.
No, I don't think you do. I don't think you really feel that way. Most people spend all this time trying to set up lines of demarcation between man and beast. What I'm saying is that we're just animals.
Well, yeah, okay, but I mean, there are some differences.
Like what?
I don't know. Higher order of reasoning and all that.
Yeah, well, you have that difference between snails and chimps, too. I mean, people act like we're unique, like the human race belongs in a totally different category than anything else in the animal kingdom.
Well, aren't we unique in some way? What about self-reflection? I hear we're the only animals who are self-conscious.
Yeah, supposedly we're the only animals that do this or that. And everything they find gets overturned as they do more research. I mean, how the hell do you know rabbits don't meditate or brew? Because they're cute and fluffy and hop around?
Okay, so maybe it's just a matter of degree or something. What's your point?
I just don't get why people don't do what comes naturally.
Like what?
Anything. Anything we feel like doing.
So, eat anything, drink anything, mount anyone, piss anywhere, shit everywhere? Like that?
Yeah. Don't have to equate it with being bizarre or crazy. I'm just saying, if something happens naturally, it can't possibly be bad. If it's natural, it has to be good, right? Right?
I don't know. What about murder?
Murder's a social construct. You mean killing?
Yeah,
right?
okay, yeah, fine. What about killing?
What about it?
Well, you think it's okay to kill someone?
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? It's wrong.
What, just because that's what you've been taught? Like, just because you gasp, I'm supposed to fall in line with some moral code?
No, it's not just what people say. It's wrong. I believe that.
Why?
Because human life is sacred. Because...
Look, when an animal kills another animal, no one thinks anything of it. It's just a part of life. It's part of the natural world. I don't see why we make a big deal about it amongst ourselves.
Well, probably because it is a big deal and we should treat it that way. I think it being simplistic. Even animals can behave in socially organized groups.
Yeah, well, some animals eat their own young. Look, all I'm saying is what the rest of the animal kingdom does doesn't really seem to shape the way we think of ourselves. Ultimately, it's because they want to control us. Teach us to be better citizens, to protect the herd. That's why they made it a bad thing.
Well, why would they do that then? Isn't it good to protect people? Isn't that noble?
No, I don't think so. Not when it's based on a lie. What happens is that people get these ideas, and they make those ideas holy, and they teach other people to revere those ideas. And before you know it, we don't even realize how it even happened in the first place.
No.
Now, look, think, do you believe in God?
No. I don't think so. I guess not.
Okay, so if you don't believe in God or an afterlife or karma or any of that social crap, what's holding you back from acting on any natural impulse you have?
From killing someone. I don't even want to do that.
Okay, let's admit that your tastes have probably been dulled down by social inculcation. Let's grant that you've been well trained. But what if you did want to kill someone?
I don't.
The point is, no one believes in God anymore. Yet somehow they've come up with a bunch of laws themselves, their own version of the Ten Commandments.
Okay, but isn't that a good thing? I mean, on the one hand, we don't have the mindless indoctrination passed down from our forefathers, but on the other hand, we have people who want to make a conscious effort to make this earth a better place.
It might be a good thing if we didn't act like those laws were handed down from God anyway. Look, if this stuff is man-made, why can't we disagree about it?
Oh, we do disagree about it, and we do all the time, so you're free to have your own opinion.
Thanks. Thanks for that. But what if I didn't think it was wrong to kill someone? think they'd do to me then?
Nothing.
Unless I broke the law. And then, I'll tell you what, they'd kill me outright. Or maybe lock me away forever. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's to protect people. There's no getting away around that. So good luck.
Right, so I'm just subject to their made-up law. The people have spoken. It's nothing more than lynch mob mentality, a frightened village, vigilante group.
I don't think so. It's based on a principle. Life is sacred.
Says who? Who said? Look, there are no principles. There is no morality. It's all made up. And no, that in itself is not a principle. I'm just saying there's no proof that what they say even exists. What is this thing called morality? Where did it come from? There's no magical force being attributed. Anyone's opinion is as valid as anybody else's.
Right. So it goes for you too.
Right, so it boils down to might makes right. Because the majority of people agree on something, they just overpower anyone else who disagrees. It's not even because the principle they espouse actually exists. Look, I maintain that it is acceptable to kill someone. It is not forbidden. You know, they can lock you away forever, but you did not do anything wrong.
Look, what gives you the right?
Nothing. Okay, nothing. Calm down. Just saying, what gives them the right? Or anybody for that matter. Tyler, did I ever tell you I killed someone?
What?
Yeah, a few people actually.
Are you serious? Travis, come on, tell me right now, are you messing with me? Why?
I don't even know. I just felt like it.
Travis, what the hell?
It's okay. Don't worry, I won't get caught.
I don't care about that. How could you honestly do something like that?
Hey, it's okay. Alright, look at me. Everything's gonna be fine. You're just finish eating.
You know I have to turn you in, right?
We're brothers. Come on, doesn't our society believe in familial bonds? Giving priority to those you're genetically related to? Look, there's nothing you can do. You have no proof, no evidence. I always cover my tracks, of which I'm careful not to even have in the first place. You can turn me in if you want, but I'll just say you had it in for me because we got in a fight or something. In any case, it's your word against mine. They might keep an eye on me for a little bit until they're convinced it was a false alarm. Trust me, no one wants to put in the time it takes to babysit me. At least not for free, anyway. Besides, I don't even know if I'll ever do it again. You know, it might not happen for a couple of years. Who knows?
Who did you kill?
First off, that's not important. Secondly, I'm not giving you any clues. If you try to get like a self-tape confession from me or something, I'll just say it was a fake documentary or some prank, okay? I'll tell you how it feels if you want to know.
I don't want to know.
Fine. Whatever, I guess we should just get some sleep then.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
Go where? Look, there's nothing you can do. Okay, those people are gone. I mean, everyone has to go sometime. It was just their time. Look, there's never a good time to die. No one says, okay, I'm ready now. And even if they did, people would just object and try to protect him. Anyway, it's fine. I won't even get caught. Don't worry. And I won't kill you, okay? Don't worry about that. You're my kid brother. I like you. Look at me. Look. We're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, you can try to make it back on your own, but it'd be a pretty strenuous task, especially now that it's getting dark out. All we can do now is get some rest, okay? If you want to turn me in, you can do it tomorrow.
Is that why you were asking about laws earlier?
What? Because you did that?
No. I'd figured that out years ago. Have some integrity, you know.
Look, I thought about what you said. Okay. Look, I thought about what you said. Okay. Maybe there's nothing I can do. All right, if those people are gone, they're gone. But I need to know that you're done. I need to know that that was your last time.
No, I can't make any promises. I don't know what I'll do next. What I'll want, what I'll feel.
Look, maybe I'm tame, all right? But maybe you're wild. Yeah, maybe there's something wrong with you, like a mad dog. Maybe your impulses are out of control.
But that's what impulses are. They're whatever they are. Look, have you ever done what you wanted to do? Like, what you want to do? It's amazing. We've gotten rid of the God, the patriarch, the father. We're the gods now. You know that feeling when you tear into a rare steak and you chew and devour the flesh? Or when you're with a woman? When you're in a fight and you're all sweaty and wrangling around with someone? You feel completely alive, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Killing's like that. It's a raw, primal experience. You know, blood for blood, flesh against flesh. Just like death and burial, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. A big circle of life, death, and birth. It's actually beautiful, unifying even, and utterly intimate. I don't think you can say that you've lived until by your own hands killed. And I don't think this bloodlust thing is something new or modern. Okay, people have always sacrificed to the gods, and most of those rituals traded in blood. I mean, even stuff we're used to, like communion, is a physical, flesh-to-blood metaphor, you know, to be with God.
Look, I get all that, okay? But why would you want to hurt someone else?
Life's full of pain, right? I mean, look, I cut my arm on some branches. Who cares? You don't see me hold the tree liable. I got bit by a dog when I was a kid, remember? I didn't take it personally. One thing we can all agree on is that death happens to everyone. We should quit whining about it. And if we are going to go down that road, instead of being dramatic about the horror of it all, we should just go the other way and be romantic about the wonder and beauty of annihilation.
Look, you don't want anyone to hurt you, right?
Right.
Well, then you shouldn't want to hurt another human being for no reason.
Look, that's a part of life. Life's unfair, okay? And I don't want the next guy to beat me in the race. But that doesn't mean he'll just be like, oh, I'll let you win. Or, oh, we can both hold hands and we'll both be winners. All right, I don't need anyone's pity. I may not want anyone to hurt me, but I accept the fact that they might.
So you don't believe in any kind of good or evil?
No. No, those are man-made judgments. They're human inventions. And what's worse is people keep changing their minds. I mean, how can something be good one moment and bad the next, or vice versa? I mean, yeah, sure, you have some arrogant know-it-alls that try to convince you that they alone have somehow tapped into absolute immutable truths so many others have missed. Yet, generally, morality seems to change. It's called progress. Okay? People had slaves. Empires were built by conquering lands and people. Now, men are hipped by their wives. Parents afraid of their children. People push their leadership. Who knows? All those boundaries have been broken down. I mean, they might change their mind on this one. Veganism's pretty hip right now, but why? Just supposed to bestow some kind of sanctity on something because it moves? If they insist it's pain, it's because we think animals feel pain the same way we do. Eventually, we might sit back and bask in the heroic magnanimity such that we'll start feeling sympathy for plants. In the future, we might try to chemically concoct our meals so we don't disturb our carbon-based brothers.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we're supposed to continually evolve as compassionate beings.
Okay, let's say we all morph into these thinking machines. We have artificial limbs and we've reached some kind of pinnacle. What's the point of morality? There's no struggle, no desire, no choice, no mistakes. If it's about intentions, we've gotten rid of all those. But if it's supposed to be about life, it will no longer be organic. A bunch of sterile, sentient beings idly existing. There's nothing left to save. The point of modern morality is preservation of life, right? So who gives a damn if a bunch of vegetables grow undisturbed or if a bunch of light bulbs can function indefinitely? As long as human passion remains, people will be roused and tempted. They'll fight, they'll want to hunt, they'll transgress any boundary you set up. It's in our blood. If we all can retain our blood, if we're allowed to keep it, they might get rid of that too to protect everyone and everything from what? I don't know. One thing's for certain, people will always find something to be morally indignant about. You can get rid of God, but not the need to judge. People live vicariously through rock stars and criminals, you know? People who are willing to do things they're too afraid to do themselves. I mean, just look at this fascination with serial killers and other deviants. Don't be afraid to live life. Take what you want. So quit making excuses and thinking it's sour grapes to take what you want, or giving in to the fact that your coworkers will treat you better if you're a good little boy. Just take what you want.
Do you boys need anything else?
No, we're good. Thanks.
Okay.
You see that? Women can tell when a man's self-possessed. They may marry accountants who provide them with cozy little nests, but they all want to bed down with a beast. I'll meet you outside.
guess that when we live in society, we agree to cooperate with one another. And that way we all benefit.
Look, Professor Locke, think this one through. If what someone does to prove something is good for you is to show you that it benefits you somehow, all they're saying is that benefiting yourself is the best thing you can do. Selfishness is the ultimate good then.
Okay. But even if you don't believe in morality, and you do appeal to selfishness, then doesn't it benefit whoever in society to work with the people that they're living with? And that way we all benefit.
Unless they play along and screw everyone else over. Unless they win the con.
Eventually he'll slip up. He'll get caught. He'll be ruined.
That's right. What makes it bad is getting caught. Therefore, a smart person should just take all he wants and only concern himself with not getting caught. Maybe even pretend he gives a damn for the suckers around. Didn't you know? It's because there's so many crimes that are committed where people don't get caught that they created an afterlife and karma and all that stuff. Oh, he'll just burn in hell forever. Or he'll get what he deserves eventually, somehow, some way, in this life or the next. It's like when we tell kids not to get out of bed after dark or the boogeyman will get them. It's a way to keep people in line.
There are consequences, though. Treat people badly, and they'll treat you badly. Cry wolf and they won't trust you.
The more people appeal to the idea that doing the right thing is in their best interest, the more I say the natural consequence of such a principle is that people will do as much as they can for as little cost as possible. And that mercenary mentality right there, my man, that's modern morality. It's turning a profit and keeping up appearances. It's definitely a type of sophisticated social thievery. I mean, obviously we see business that way. We consider it good when one company runs its competitor into the ground. Free market mentality. I mean, look at these religious people. Preach their word, keep people down, take their wealth, and have them revere you?
Some people are trustworthy. It's not like that with them.
Okay, I'll grant you that. There are some people who do that stuff for no discernible reason. There's some people who believe in that crap more than the people spouting it. They're gullible fools who have been taken in by the fairy tales. They believe in made-up lies of other human beings. You almost feel sorry for the poor bastards. What are you gonna do when the trip's over?
I don't know.
You go back to Kristen? Pop the question? Have a few kids? Get a job and keep them happy? Short is the time to be free. And back to civilization. The earth is so beautiful in the garden. Earth in the house is just dirt. Sweat among the trees, but not among the people. And yet people own every piece of land in this world. There's no uncivilized or uncontrolled place you may choose to go. Every acre sown, every plot is governed. It's funny. People set up this line of dichotomy between natural things and man-made things. Think you can't go wrong with nature. But then they build these societies that aren't natural. And they acknowledge that evil comes from man. It's set up that way. Some kind of mad circle.
I think since we're supposed to believe that nature's random, that we can accept if something bad happens. But if human beings bring order, then it's a deliberate act when someone does something wrong. I suppose that's what makes it evil.
Well, the ultimate order in the universe is God. People's sense of order is thwarted when they don't understand things. Then they lose faith in their system and in God.
You know, pagan gods were more natural, more human, more self-destructive. I suppose a common element in it all is it's just a nod to power. Even these Wiccans or what have you, I think they just have a really worshipful attitude towards nature and things we can't control. Or something like that.
Are you done trying to save me?
I realize I can't convince you or anyone that morality exists. You just have to believe in it for its own sake. It's like, you know how people say art for art's sake? I think sometimes you just have to believe in goodness for its own sake.
How would you want to believe in a man-made system when you have all this to revere?
So what's it like?
I knew you'd come around. No one can resist. People are fascinated by blood. I'll just tell you about the first time. First time was a guy just walking through the woods. I didn't want to play a dirty prank on him, like pretend to be his friend or anything like that. So I just went after him with my hunting knife. I didn't want to stab him in the back either. You know, I wanted him to know. I wanted to see his face. Anyway, when he saw me draw my knife and start walking towards him, he just froze up, dropped his binoculars, and started running. Man, he was great. He had great instincts. He was pretty fast, too. I was worried he was going to get away. But when I got close to him, I sort of just stabbed him a little in the shoulder. But man, he was good. He barely wasted any time screaming. He knew his best bet was to run like hell. He was so good. Anyway, so when I got a little closer, I drove the knife a little deeper into his back. And that sort of slowed him down. But, you know, he was just so good. I mean, even then, he barely wasted any time screaming. But he had to work up to it. I think he normally was like a quiet person. You know, his sense of danger was really good. But he was sort of repressed when it came to calling for help, you know? Anyway, so next thing you knew, I threw him on the ground, and that sort of knocked the wind out of him. And I wanted to get on top of him. We were wrestling. I wanted it to be a good fight, you know? What's the point of shooting somebody or dropping a bomb? I'm not in it for the death, okay? I'm in it for the killing. Anyway, so we're just thrashing around in the grass like bulls, but that could only last for a few seconds because his hands started coming free and I had to grab the knife and just end it. So I plunged the knife into his chest over and over and over until blood was spraying everywhere and I was kind of passed out over him, panting. He was warm and even moved for a little bit. Man, he was so great. He's such a good spirit, you know, he put up such a good fight. I actually really admired him. And said a prayer before I put his body into the ground. You prayed for him? Yeah, you know, not like a prayer, but just, you know, I had some sense of awe for his passing. You know, I wanted to pay his life force some respect before I put him into the ground, you know? I mean, what's the point of taking something cheap? That's what's so wonderful about life. It's so powerful, you know? That's what's amazing about the whole thing, taking something like that. It is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. What the hell are you doing, Tom?
I'm sorry, brother. It has to be this way.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I kill you in the name of the good.